Scott, how are you, man?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good seeing you again. I was watching this film and I kept kind of going back to my youth where we were warned about the guy in the white van. We were warned about
Right.
these people. We saw a guy one time that his car was on the news. That all came back to me. Was that kind of an inspiration when you read the story for kind of going back into that era?
Well, yeah, that was certainly a big part of for me growing up in North Denver in the late '70s. The Manson murders had just happened. Ted Bundy had killed a bunch of women and escaped in Colorado. My next door neighbor, a friend of mine, came to my door when I was 9. Knocked on the door. I opened it, and he was crying, and he said somebody murdered my mom. And his mother had been abducted and raped and wrapped in phone cord and wrapped and thrown in the local lake. And also keep in mind that Texas Chainsaw and Halloween and these movies had come out. So the idea of the present serial killer who could just show up and abduct you or kill you in your bed or take you, was a very real thing. That was created a real. There was in elementary school and middle school, we talked about that stuff all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing though, you made a film about this that is so eloquent, so beautifully told with this. I'm sorry, I'm going to praise it heavily. That script is phenomenal.
Oh,
How do
thank
you
you.
how do you find a story without diving into the salacious, without going into the graphic or the obscene, I guess you could say?
Well, I think that starts with Joe's short story because I think that one of the things I liked about the short story that Joe Hill wrote was well, first of all, it combined a serial killer with a ghost story, which I had never seen before. I thought that was interesting, but it's incredibly grim material. It's a guy who's killed these other young boys, and he's a pedophile, sadist serial killer, and he's got a new victim. And what could be more grim? And yet the short story was told from a point of view of love and great empathy. And so I wanted to write a feature film that held on to that. And so the basic way that I did that was combining the short story with my own memories of what it was like to grow up in North Denver in a violent neighborhood, blue collar, working class neighborhood where there was lots of fights and lots of bullying and lots of bleeding, and where it just wasn't safe. It wasn't a safe neighborhood. There was violence in my home. And I thought if I could bring all of that and combine it with the brilliance of Joe's short story, I would have a movie that could be menacing and suspenseful, but also could be told from a point of view of love and could have some real humor and joyfulness and ultimately, hopefully, even inspiration.
Yeah, and what the heart of the story is the kids. How did you find them?
Oh, they are the best. Thank God for them. I looked
Right?
really hard. I mean, I looked at hundreds and hundreds of kids, and even doing so, I was just lucky. I was lucky because I found Mason and I found Madeleine. Mason has the kind of raw talent that comes along. He's a unicorn. It comes along very rarely. It's like Steven Spielberg finding Christian Bale for Empire of the Sun. It's something like that. I think Mason's going to be a movie star. I think he'll be around a long time. And Gwen, Madeleine, she did her audition. I think the scene she did was when she's talking to the police officers,
Mm.
and every beat was perfect. And I laughed so hard at her line at the end of that. And I was like, this girl's a spitfire. She's unbelievable. And I felt so strongly about her doing the role. We were supposed to recast her. We were going to shoot in the fall. And I got a call saying we have to recast Gwen because Madeleine's Disney show, which had closed down for COVID, was shooting again, and she has to go shoot that. And I said, I'm not making this movie without that kid.
Wow.
And they said, well, we would have to move the whole production to January. I said, then we're moving to January. So I moved the entire production 4 months just so I could have Madeleine. That's how strongly I felt about her in the role.
Jeez. Well, dude, you made one of and I'm not just saying this blowing smoke. This is one of the best ones of the year so far. It's fantastic. Thank you for making
Oh,
it.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. Cheers. Good
That's
seeing you.
great to hear. Thank you.
Would you like to see a magic trick?
Yeah.
Tell me your name. Taylor.
I was really starting to like you, Finny. I almost let you go.
Don't hang up. Who are you?
You know all our names?
It doesn't work. Hang it up. I made you some breakfast.
What'd you put in that?
Salt and pepper.
Have you seen this boy?
My brother, he was taken.
By a man with black balloons.
I had a dream about it. Please let the dreams be real.
You're getting out of here. How?
There's a combination lock.
What's the combination?
Hang up the phone!
You don't have much time.
You're gonna use a weapon.
You are special, Finny.
Please hurry.
Ooh, the creepiest damn thing.